and I can update the House that the perpetrator was referred to Prevent 3 times between December 2019, when he was aged 13, and April 2021, when he was 14. Those referrals were made by his schools. The first referral reported concerns about him carrying a knife and searching for school shootings on the internet. The second referral was focused on his online activity relating to Libya and Gaddafi. His third referral was for searching for London bombings, the IRA, and the Israel-Palestine conflict. On each of these occasions, the decision at the time was that the perpetrator should not progress to the Channel multi-agency process. But the Prevent Learning Review found that there was sufficient risk for the perpetrator to have been managed through Prevent. It found that the referral was closed prematurely and there was sufficient concern to keep the case active while further information was collected. The review is clear on the concerning behaviours that the perpetrator demonstrated. It highlights his interest in the Manchester Arena attack, that he talked about stabbing people, and it flagged that some of the grievances that could have been a motivation were not fully considered. The review also highlights the perpetrator's clear vulnerabilities and complex needs that may have made him more susceptible to being drawn into terrorism. The review concluded that too much focus was placed on the absence of a distinct ideology to the detriment of considering the perpetrator's susceptibility, grievances, and complex needs. There was an under-exploration of the significance of his repeat referrals and the cumulative risk, including his history of violence. There were potentially incomplete lines of inquiry, and that at the time the perpetrator could have fallen into a mixed, unclear or unstable category for Channel due to his potential interest in mass violence. Indeed, the overall conclusion of the review is that he should have been case managed through the Channel multi-agency process rather than closed to Prevent. This would have enabled coordinated multi-agency risk management and support. Madam Deputy Speaker, the Prevent Learning Review made 14 recommendations for improvements to Prevent. We have accepted these findings and rapid action has been taken to implement the recommendations. Counter-terrorism policing have conducted in-depth assurance visits to every region to determine whether the issues identified in this case have been resolved by operational improvements made since 2021. Urgent work is underway to address the findings.